again. Today is Monday, May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 2025. It's also my oldest daughter's 25th birthday. She was born 5/5/2000. So, happy birthday, Alex. Love you. Anyway, so I'm right now driving down the interstate, but I am getting off of the interstate. Look at that. Just beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. I love the sky this time of year, especially when it's got like the little sunbeams coming down. Ooh, and it's getting brighter right there. So pretty. So I'm just getting off the interstate. I've been over to meet with one of the newer employees where we had him helping out with one of the properties where somebody was out this evening. So I had to go meet with him and him and the girl that works the property normally, and get them acquainted with each other. But other than that, I had to run to the next city up to pay a bill. I don't know why I'm waving my hands around with my phone in my hand, because that's how I talk. Anyway, I had to go pay a bill, and now I'm back in my city, just hanging out like a hair in a biscuit, like I always say. So let's look for some traffic. Oh, the light's green. Was not paying attention. I've been watching a lot of videos from this lady who got laid off from a corporate position. She made $180,000 a year. I think her channel's called, it's called Laugh Lines and Life Lessons, something like that. Anyway, she made, like I said, she made 180 grand. And she got laid off very, very unexpectedly. It was like a tech job, and she had been doing it for 30 years. She said, I relied on my experience, and I was thinking, well, if something were to happen, I've got all this. I've got 30 years worth of experience. I could get a job. And then she said, but because of her age, I believe she's 53, 54, that it's almost impossible for her to find a position. She had been, at one point, I know that it's been a few months ago, she had been laid off for 9 months and hadn't been able to find anything. She'd had a few iffy interviews, and so she was going to start doing Uber. And I got to thinking, what if that happened to me? If that happened to me, I would have to probably sell one of my kidneys. Actually, no, I would cash in my 401k and pay off all the bills I could pay off with that, and keep, if it was my main job, and keep my second job, and just work that for a while. But that's really not a plan, because that's my retirement, and I don't want to cash in. I would be able to pay off everything with my 401k, but that's not really a very good plan, and I need to start putting more into my 401k, or maybe find like a high yield savings account, put some money in that. I'm talking like I'm an adult. That seriously makes me feel like I'm grown, because I'm saying words like 401k and high yield savings account. It really does make me feel old. I'm gonna sit right here in the sun with the sun on my face. And whoop. Let me get my key out so I can prop my phone on it. Turn the car up. Ooh, look at that. I gotta do something with that waddle. It's driving me crazy. It's a good thing I still got my sunglasses on. So, yeah, I've got to find a high yield savings account or something to subsidize, because we don't know if Medicare is going to be around. There's no telling. There's no telling what we're gonna have to do to survive. That's really sad. The company I work for used to have a pension, but unfortunately they stopped doing it. Dadgum. They stopped the pension before I started. So I don't have any kind of a pension to fall back on. Like I said, I do have my 401k, and I will have Medicare, and I got I don't know if I said something about this or not. I got my Medicare statement. I looked the other day and it said if I retire when I'm 62, I'll get like $1,490 a month. If I do 67, it's $1,900. But if I wait till I'm 70, I'll get right at $3,000 a month. I don't want to retire when I'm 70. I don't want to wait until I'm older and I feel like I'll be broke down, and I don't want to wait till I'm 70. I want to retire I want to retire now. Which reminds me, I got to check my lottery tickets. I may be retiring tomorrow. Actually, the state where I live, you got to wait up to 180 days. Not that I've researched it a whole bunch, but I sure have. Let's do this right here because this sun's driving me crazy. Anyway, you got to wait up to 180 days to claim your money, which is fine. I mean, that's what, 6 months? Yeah. I don't care. I think I can wait 6 months if I win millions of dollars. But I would go ahead and quit at least one of my jobs. Probably the one with the 401k and cash it in and live off that until I got my payout. That's probably what I'd do. And then I would just travel. I would go first off to see my daughter in Japan. And then swing back through Greece. And go to Italy, Germany, maybe. I'd get this right here fixed so I don't have to look at it all the time. Oh, also update on my surgery. It is this Friday. Today is Monday. This coming up Friday, I go for my pre-op. That's the 9th, and then the following, and then it'll be a week and a half after that on Wednesday when I have the surgery on the 21st. So it's getting real. Got my pre-op. I'm pretty excited about it. It's where I gotta stand there in like a paper bra and paper underwear, and they're gonna draw on me and be like, "This will be gone. This will be gone." I've got a birthmark beside my belly button. It's about this big. It looks like a big freckle, but it's been there my whole life. I'm gonna see if they can save it. I don't know if they can. I don't know how that works, but I'm gonna ask them if they can save my birthmark because it's part of my identity. It's been there my whole life. Anyway, so as I get closer to that, I will update a little bit more. And after I have my pre-op on Friday, I may do a little video on the way back. It's in Knoxville. I have to drive up there. It's about probably an hour and a half from my house. So after on the way home, I may do a video and just talk about what happened at the pre-op. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm gonna go through the ATM and get some cash and go to the house, and yep, that's it. See my puppy dog. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you guys soon.